Hey, baby girl. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are having a great day and I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I am gonna attempt to condense a video that I had did on Sunday because it was way too long. So I just wanted to get the gist of what the Holy Spirit gave me. And that is this. So on Sunday, I was praying. I was actually praying for my pastor. And as I was praying for him, God showed me the disciples in the boat, right? And he took me to Matthew chapter 14. This is where the disciples was in the boat going to the other side, right? And remember, this was right after Jesus had fed the multitude. Remember, with the 5 fishes and the 2 fishes and the 5 loaves, right? And so right after that, Jesus was like, hey, I'm going to go up to this mountain and pray, and you guys go ahead on and go to the other side. I'll meet you, right? So they all jumped in the boat to go to the other side. Jesus go up to the mountain to pray. So a little later, Jesus is walking on water. And remember, when the disciples saw him, they were scared. They were trembling. They were afraid. They was like, oh my God, is this a ghost? I mean, they thought they were about to come to their demise, honey. And so while they were all frantic, Peter was like, hold up, Jesus, is that you? You know? And the Holy Spirit showed me how Peter not only perceived it was him, which he was so famous for doing, perceived that it was him, but he recognized that he was walking on water. And that piqued him. That was what, like, if that's you, let me do it too, is basically what he was saying. Bid me to come. I want to do what you're doing. I want to walk on water too. Bless my whole life. So Peter, Jesus said one word. He just said, come. And Peter gets out of the boat. But the Holy Spirit showed me how the other disciples had an opportunity at that point to not only just calm down, but to also say, Lord, bid me come too. I want to do it too. But they didn't. They stayed in the boat and they stayed quiet. They just watched to see what was going on. And everybody preaches on the weird part about, Peter looking down and the human side of him kicked in and panicked, and Jesus saved him. And of course, they constantly preach about how, everybody stayed in the boat and didn't get out the boat. But it was just, nobody really preaches on the fact that Peter noticed that he was walking on water and was like, I want to do it too. I want to do that too. And nobody else, when they had an opportunity to ask God, me next, I want to do it too. And the funny thing is, all throughout the time they had with Jesus after that, they never was like, Lord, remember when you was walking on water? Like, nobody ever brought this back up. Nobody ever asked since that time. And that was just so amazing to me. And so the Holy Spirit also showed me how Peter was always the one to perceive that it was the Lord. So remember, not only did in this instance did he perceive that this was Jesus walking on water, but also the next chapter over. And the crazy thing was once Jesus got in the boat everybody was like, oh my God, you have got to be the Son of God. You got to be him. So the crazy part about it was, not only did he just finish feeding 5,000, not only did he just finish walking on water and everybody's like, oh, you got to be the Son of God. Next chapter over or so, he have to ask Peter, who do men say that I am? And then he said, who do you say that I am? And it was just so crazy. Like, why is he asking again when all of them was just like, oh my God, you got to be the Son of God because you walk, because of this, that we witnessed. But he had to ask again. And so I'm still asking, trying to wait on the answer. Like, Jesus, what? Like, why did Jesus have to ask him again? Right after they just all like, oh my God, you gotta be the Son of God. Oh my God, this is bananas. You're walking on water. I don't know, but I'm still waiting on the answer. But he also, said to Jesus at that point, when he said, who do you say I am? He said, you're the, Son of the living God. And he was like, flesh and blood would have known this, right? So it just like, wow. And then the last time that I can note that this happened, maybe it happened again, I'm not sure, but the last time I can note that he did this was after Jesus died. And remember the infamous I'm going fishing. I did a video about this. And remember he was out all night with the other disciples fishing and didn't catch anything. And then he came in and there's a man sitting at the shore. And, the man asked him when he came in, got any fish? Then Peter was like, no, I've been out there fishing all night and I ain't catch nothing. And the man said, well, go back out there again and cast your net on the other side, right? Remember? And the Bible said that Peter said that he perceived that this was the Lord. And he said, at your word, I'm going to go out there. So the Holy Spirit showed me that because he recognized that this was the Lord, there were blessings that was attached to that. Because remember, when he saw him walking on water, he knew that it was Jesus. The Lord blessed him to be able to walk on water. When the Lord asked him, who do you say I am? Remember, he pronounced that blessing over him and was like, hey, upon this rock, I'm going to build my church and the gates of hell can't prevent. And then the last time that I can recall, he caught a net breaking amount of fish. So the Holy Spirit showed me to where this is the time that we need to be able to recognize Jesus and stuff. And that it may not always look like him. Just like the disciples thought he was a ghost. But we have to be Peters and be able to recognize him, because there's a blessing in knowing that this is God, that this is the Lord. This blessed my whole life. Because the biggest thing he said was, it's going to be other believers with you. Just like in the boat. They were all disciples. They all knew who Jesus was, but they didn't all recognize him. When he went to shore, after he was out all night and saw the man on the shore, everybody didn't recognize him. So we have to be able to recognize the Lord in these situations that we find ourselves in. Because everything isn't a ghost. Everything isn't demonic. Everything ain't wrong because we think it's wrong. You know what I mean? Just because we're too afraid doesn't mean that it's not Jesus, you know? Doesn't mean that we don't have an opportunity to partake in what the Lord has already performed. You know what I mean? So I was just excited about this word because I know right now it's a lot of things that's going to be happening. It's happening right now. It's coming up, strong. And a lot of believers are going to sit back and think that it's something else, but because you can see it, you can recognize that this is God, you're going to be blessed for it. And they may talk about you, they may try to wait for your demise in it, and that's the crazy part. But just like God reached out his hand to save Peter, the God that we serve continually is going to save us. You just have to know that it's him. So I hope this word blesses you, because again, it's still getting me excited, because I'm just that one that will ask God, if that's you, bid me come, and I pray that that's you too. So anyway, let me get back to work. Again, I hope this blessed you. I'm praying for you. I love you. And if I don't come back with another video today, I love you, and I will just talk to you later. Bye.